In early September 2025, we visited Cinque Terre on the Ligurian coast in northwest Italy. We flew into Pisa, and as the 13th century cathedral square is only a mile north of the train station where the airport shuttle terminates, we were inclined to have a look. The walk took us across the Arno by the Church of St Maria of the Thorns. The train took us past the environmental catastrophe of the Carrara marble quarries and to Rio Maggiore, one of the Cinque Terre that would form our base, and the land renowned for its sunsets. Cinque Terre is basically where the Apennines plunge into the Ligurian Sea. Tunnels and paths over the mountain get you from place to place. There are few roads and cars are not really welcome. They also use lifts. The lift took us and our luggage to our apartment, and this is the view from the sun terrace. This is the castle of Rio Maggiore, built in 1260, and next door. Rio Maggiore also has a harbour, which they call the marina. You get to Manarola, the next of the five lands, via this, the Lovers' Walk. Rather frustratingly, no doubt, it was closed for years by a landslide and has been restored at enormous expense and is enormously expensive. It cost €70 for two of us to walk through this. I hope this Italian wall lizard didn't get in for free. Lovers of geology will appreciate that the cliffs are ancient sedimentary rocks, such as sandstone and limestone, that once formed the bed of an ancient sea called the Tethys Ocean from about 50 to 150 million years ago. The cliffs have been pushed out the sea in the last 4 to 6 million years as a consequence of Africa bumping into Europe. There's a largely mythical story that the houses are pastel coloured so that the fishermen could see them when returning in fog. Paint does protect the buildings from the effects of salt, but originally they were more earth colours. The pastels are really for tourists, and it works. There's quite a lot of imaginative tourist-friendly terminology used around here. For example, this is Manarolo's beach. Manarola's a bit of a bridesmaid of the five lands, but I really liked it. If you want a real beach though, you have to move on to Monterosso. The new part of Monterosso is by far the most commercial and developed area of the five lands. The old town has kept its charm. We did the walk back along the cliffs to the territory that wins all the awards. Venosa is officially one of the most beautiful villages in Italy. On our last full day, we did the 2.5-hour trip from Manarola over some rather eye-watering tracks to Canigula. Canigula is the one land that can't even pretend to have a beach, because it is perched on top of a cliff. To appreciate Cinque Terre, you have got to be the kind of person who won't just walk up the stairs and will happily walk 2.5 hours across some very, 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 very high tracks. It was worth it.